Hey everyone, welcome back to Build Your English. I'm Jessica, and today I'm inviting you into a calm, comforting moment centered around one of the easiest and warmest small talk topics in the world: coffee and tea. These simple drinks bring people together in almost every culture, and the small conversations around them are gentle, friendly, and surprisingly meaningful. This episode is designed to feel like you and I are sitting together in a quiet cafe corner, speaking softly while the low hum of background chatter wraps around us. You'll hear phrases that sound natural, expressions that help you connect, and language that makes everyday interactions feel smooth. Everything is woven into one relaxed narration so you can hear English the way it appears in real life, not in stiff lists or formal lessons. So let's settle into the atmosphere and start with something simple. Coffee and tea are such natural conversation starters because almost everyone has something to say about them. Maybe you usually start your day with coffee. Maybe tea is your afternoon ritual. Or maybe you mix both depending on your mood. People love sharing these little details, and they make perfect small talk because they're personal without being private. When someone asks how your day begins, you can ease into the conversation with a soft, "I usually start my day with coffee." It flows effortlessly, especially in casual settings. If you're a tea drinker, you might say, "I like to have tea in the afternoon." And that signals your routine in a simple and friendly way. These little lines help the conversation warm up naturally. Over time, you'll notice that cafe conversations are full of tiny comments that sound simple but help build connection. When someone near you lifts their cup, you might smile and say, "I need my morning coffee to wake up." You don't have to be dramatic or funny. Even soft statements like this feel relatable because so many people share the same experience. And for tea lovers, there's always space for a gentle, "A cup of tea always helps me relax." When you share small pieces of your daily life like this, you open the door to friendly conversation without any pressure. Maybe you're sitting with a coworker who brought a drink to a meeting. You might say, "I can't start my day without it." And they'll instantly know what you mean. Coffee and tea are shared languages, and those languages connect people more easily than you might expect. You might describe your taste by saying, "I like mine strong," or "I like mine light." These short preferences help people see a little bit more of your personality, and in casual settings, they make the moment warm and friendly. Imagine standing in line at your favorite cafe. Someone next to you comments on the smell of freshly brewed espresso. You could respond with, "Something smells good. What did you get?" It's effortless, natural, and genuinely curious. If they tell you, you can follow with, "That sounds nice," or "I've been wanting to try that." These lines keep everything flowing smoothly. And as you continue chatting, you might say, "I'm a coffee person," or "I'm definitely more of a tea person." These simple identities help people understand your preferences without needing any complicated vocabulary. Sometimes you don't want to commit to one side, and that's perfectly fine. A relaxed, "I like to switch it up," works beautifully. It tells the listener that your habits change and invites them to share theirs too. Maybe you're choosing your drink and finding it difficult because everything looks so good. You can laugh softly and say, "I always take forever to choose." That little sentence feels charming and human, especially in a cafe environment. If you'd like to invite someone into the conversation, ask, "What do you usually get?" People love to share their go-to drink. It gives them a chance to express themselves without needing deep conversation. When you finally sit down with your drink, you may find yourself feeling a sense of comfort. You could express that feeling by saying, I needed this today. Almost everyone understands the relief of a quiet moment with a warm beverage. If the drink is good, you might add, this is really good, or this is exactly what I needed. These reactions are soft and sincere. When someone beside you takes their first sip and looks pleased, you can comment with, that looks great. Is it sweet or strong? It's a gentle question that invites them to keep the conversation going. You can also talk about your habits depending on seasons or moods. For example, I like iced coffee in the summer. Tell someone a little bit about your lifestyle. Or, I usually drink herbal tea at night. Shows the calming role it plays in your routine. Sometimes you want to describe flavor, but you don't need complicated vocabulary. A simple, it's nice and smooth, works perfectly. Or, it has a great flavor. These lines sound natural and approachable. And when you want to share how a drink fits into your emotional life, you can say, it helps me unwind, or it gives me a little boost. These phrases are gentle and expressive without sounding dramatic. Picture yourself walking into a cafe after a long morning. You order your usual drink, you take the first sip and feel your shoulders drop just a little. You might say, this is my little daily treat. These soft expressions turn ordinary habits into meaningful moments of language practice. You might then notice someone's drink and ask, that looks good. Where did you get it? That's one of the easiest conversation starters in a cafe environment. It invites curiosity and connection. If they mention a place you haven't visited yet, you can respond with, I've been meaning to go there, or I've heard good things about that place. These phrases show interest and keep the conversation open. You may also share how you prepare your drinks at home. A simple, I like making my coffee with a French press, or I love making fresh ginger tea gives people a glimpse into your personal world. If they share their own method, you can respond with, that sounds really nice, or I should try that sometime. When you feel like changing your routine, you can say, I think I'm going to try something new today. It's light, friendly, and signals curiosity. People appreciate this openness because it brings energy to the conversation. As you continue exploring cafes or chatting with friends, you might comment on the atmosphere. You could say, this place always smells amazing, or I love the atmosphere in this place. These warm observations help you sound engaged and present. Sometimes the cafe is busy and you find yourself waiting a little longer. You can make a friendly remark like, this place always has a long line, or it's always worth the wait. These lines are perfect for filling quiet moments naturally. If you're meeting a friend and they arrive with a drink that looks delicious, you can say, that looks great, or nice choice. Compliments like these are small but meaningful. And if someone asks about your drink, you can explain how it makes you feel by saying, it's exactly what I needed, or it's really comforting. Sharing emotions through simple language helps make your English sound alive and sincere. You might also talk about temperature. A warm drink might lead you to say, it's nice and warm, while a chilled one might inspire, it's really refreshing. Both descriptions help bring your experience into the conversation. When you find a cafe you love, you may comment on its vibe by saying, I could stay here all day. People often react positively to this because many feel the same way about cozy spaces. As conversations deepen, you may connect through shared habits. When someone explains they enjoy strong coffee, you might respond with, I like mine strong too, or I prefer something milder. You are expressing yourself while staying in the rhythm of the conversation. Maybe the person you're speaking with seems relaxed and you both are having a pleasant moment. You might ask, is yours sweet or not too sweet? It's a tiny detail but creates an opportunity for more interaction. These small details help you build natural relationships. In fact, cafe conversations often become invitations without any pressure. You can say, we should grab coffee sometime, or maybe we could get tea together one day. These invitations feel warm and open. If you want to offer more detail, you can say, there's a nice place near here, or I know a quiet spot that has great drinks. These statements feel thoughtful and personal. If you want to keep it flexible, you can say, let me know if you ever want to go together. It leaves room for the other person to choose the right moment. When responding to invitations, you can say, that sounds nice, or I'd love to. If you're busy, you can gently decline with, I can't today, but another time would be great. And if you want to join but adjust the timing, you can say, I'd love to, maybe a little later. Or, can we do it tomorrow instead? Sometimes you want to share a small personal routine, like, I always need a cup to wake up, or I like having tea while I read. These soft details make you feel more real and relatable. If someone shares their habits, you can respond with, that's such a nice habit, or I like that idea. These reactions soften the interaction. As your conversation winds down, you might finish with, thanks for this. I really enjoyed it. Or, let's do this again sometime. Simple, warm closures help leave a gentle impression. And as you stand to leave, you might add, take care, or enjoy the rest of your day. And this brings us to the end of our Calm Cafe journey for today. Through these phrases and conversations, you've learned not only how to express preferences, but also how to connect with people through small, comforting moments. Coffee and tea are more than drinks. They're little bridges that help you open up, express yourself, and build friendships in a warm, natural way. Dear learner, you're growing beautifully. Keep practicing, keep exploring small talk with ease, and keep enjoying these gentle English moments that help you feel confident and connected. Until next time, take care and keep building your English, one warm cup at a time.